Welcome to this call. This is going to be a quick training that you can use to help you learn how to take advantage of AI. I've had a lot of people asking me about AI. A lot of people worried that their jobs are going to be taken. The demand for copywriters will go down. I'm here to tell you that that's not the case. Copywriting is still going to require a creative and insightful and driven and intelligent human being to control the AI and direct the AI. Now, you're going to quickly learn that you still have to understand copywriting to use these tools. You still have to understand the principles involved, especially the stuff about how humans operate, how their roadblocks operate, about how product and solutions operate. You need to know that just to use these tools. I'm going to show you how to work through the program. I'm going to show you how to work through AI, and I'm going to give you the tools that I like to use. There's a few others out there, but these are the top two of the top ones. And I'm going to show you some ways that you can use them to make your copy faster, to come up with more creative ideas and stuff like that. So with that being said, let me share my screen. I'll show you how to dive in and get started. So ChatGPT, this is part of the OpenAI project. It's the one that Elon came out with. It's a neuro-linguistic program, right? Like it's designed to communicate and to speak to you. This one isn't necessarily designed to create copy. This one is designed to communicate with you. It's to go back and forth. What's fun about this one is you can ask it fun questions, right? And you can ask it like, who was Genghis Khan? Right? I'm going to spell it wrong. You can ask it questions and it'll give you answers, right? You can ask it about facts. You can ask it about a bunch of different things and it'll crank out answers for you. Now, one of the cool things that you can do here is you can kind of task it. You can tell it to go do things for you, and it'll come back with answers, right? So here's something about Genghis Khan was whatever, right? So it obviously has access to some information. This thing can't browse the internet for you. It can't do your research for you. Like if I ask it, like, what are the top 3 frustrations of stay-at-home moms? It's going to tell me that it's a language model, but it's not a super AI that's connected to everything. Right? So it's not connected to the internet. It can't browse through and do a bunch of stuff for you. But what it can do is it can give you some ideas, right? You can say instead, like, give me 10 creative ideas for subject lines for cold email outreach for a marketing agency, right? You can do that and it will spit out answers for you, right? Now we're going to take a look at the subject lines that it spits out. Now it kind of pauses and does it so it pretends like it's not got all the answers, but it's obviously got all the answers now. And it's going to give you some examples of subject lines that's created. And we can go through and read some of them, and I can show you kind of the quality that they are and the quality that you actually need to be successful, right? So the first one, transform your marketing strategy with our expert help, right? Those of you guys who have been sitting on emails know that that's probably not going to get very many opens, right? Stand out from the competition with our proven approach. Maximize your ROI with our personalized services. Attract more customers with our top-notch marketing solutions. These are very generic ideas. You can tell this is not really it. Like this might be helpful. You could test some of these if you really like them, but you can tell that these they don't really have that power, that personalization. They don't have the same kick that a personalized one. This is a computer generating ideas without any other input, right? So you can use this one. You can use it to trigger ideas. This one is a really powerful tool. It's cool. It's fun to play around with. You can definitely ask it questions and it tells you answers. You can ask it things. It's kind of fun. But this one particularly isn't going to come in and isn't going to destroy copywriters. It might help you come up with more creative ideas. It might answer some questions you might have. It might help you approach things more creatively. But this one doesn't really replace the actual typing that you're going to have to do as a copywriter. Here's another tool. This one is Copy AI. This one's a lot more powerful. It's designed to actually help create copywriting beyond just asking it questions. This one is actually designed to use AI to write. So let's play around with this, right? Let's say I want to write product email for a protein bar. So here's what you do, right? You have to enter in these variables. You have to have the name of the protein bar, the benefits, how it's unique, how the product has helped someone else. You have to actually know your stuff. You can't just come in here and not know anything and say, I want to write an email about this product with a link, and then it just creates the entire email. You need to actually understand the product, and you need to know enough about the avatar that you're writing to give the actual AI enough variables it needs to work with this, right? So let's play around with this. Let's call it busy beaver protein, right? Things that it actually helps you do. So it helps you gain muscle quickly, helps increase testosterone, and let's say that it also helps you chop down trees with just your teeth. Again, we're kind of playing around here just so you kind of see where the variables pop out. It's a little bit easier if I pick goofy things. So how the product is unique. It's the fastest absorbing protein in the world. Man, it's a bad day for spelling. And let's also say that it is made of 100% pure beaver protein. Okay, just for the fun of it. So how does the product help someone else? Helped Steve, 90-pound weakling, to lumberjack strong in 120 days. Let's cut out Steve and let's just leave it as an individual person because I think that's what it wants. All right, so it's going to have some structure, and then you can come in here and you can pick the tone. Now I have a paid product for this. You can do this with a free product. You can do like 850 words. If you don't want to pay for the full thing, you can just come in with new accounts and you can test it out. You can use VPNs and stuff like that, and you can just kind of keep coming in. But it's a cool tool, right? And I really don't recommend this, and you'll see once we actually look at the results. I really don't recommend this unless you already have some copywriting skills, because if not, it could stagnate your growth. So let's take a look at a tone here. This is kind of fun. You can pick different tones. I'm going to say bold. I'm going to go ahead and hit create content. So the AI thinks for a little bit. It takes those variables. It takes the structure of what you've laid out, and it starts coming up with solutions for it, right? It actually starts coming out with copying. Now, let's take a look at this. So this is an email, right? I told her I wanted a product email for a protein bar. So let's take a look at what these emails would look like. Gain muscle quickly, help increase testosterone, chop down trees with just your teeth. You're not going to find faster absorbing protein in the world than busy beaver protein, and it's made from 100% pure beaver protein. So you know it's the real deal. We've seen people go from 90-pound weaklings to lumberjack strong in 120 days just by adding busy beaver protein to their diet. So what are you waiting for? Get your own supply of busy beaver protein a day. Okay, that is a very generic email. That is a very sales sounding email. That is not a very personal email. That doesn't sound like one person talking to another person. And maybe you'll read this and you'll say, oh, it's kind of interesting how they just like stated the benefits, boom, 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 in one line here. That just by adding beaver protein to their diet, that's kind of a cool line. You might be able to go through and steal things that you find interesting here, but that's not really going to be one that you run that's going to be super successful, right? Let's take a look at the next one. You know what they say? Beavers work hard and they play harder. When it comes to building muscle and strength, nothing can compare to busy beaver protein. Made of 100% pure beaver protein, this is the fastest absorbing protein in the world. And if you're looking for a quick way to gain muscle fast, look no further. Fast under 20 days, we have seen more than one customer go from 90-pound weakling to lumberjack strong in 120 days. So if you want to build muscle fast, kind of come up with some creative stuff. You know, I gave it beaver and it's playing around with it, right? So again, you can go through, there's a lot of different examples here. You can kind of see very obvious that it has like little templates that it'll plug stuff into, which is fine, right? Like that's how computers think, but it's going to limit your ability to sound like an actual human. So if I go from bold to, let's do friendly, just to see how friendly and human it can sound. Busy beaver is the fastest absorbing protein in the world, made of 100% pure beaver protein. It is the perfect way to get your daily dose of muscle building nutrients. And it's not just for guys. Busy beaver protein can help you gain muscle quickly and increase testosterone levels, all while helping you chop down trees with just your teeth. So you can kind of see like where I picked a weird one, so it would plug it in all weird. You know, chopping down trees with your teeth. It's obviously not real, but it's fun to play around with. In just 120 days, you'll be able to take down a tree with your bare hands. Busy beaver protein is the best choice for getting muscle quickly and increasing your testosterone levels, all while helping you chop down trees with just your teeth, right? So you can see that the quality of this content that it spits out depends almost entirely on the quality of the insights that you bring to the table. This is why research is still so vitally important. This is why understanding what motivates human beings, what their dreams are, what their pains and their fears are, and being able to communicate clearly to them around their problem and the solution that you can bring to the table to help them solve that problem, that mistake, that roadblock that's keeping them from getting what they want. That is still going to be key. The copywriter who can do that at a high level is going to defeat any copywriter who can't do that at a high level but knows a few, let's say, frameworks. They know how to do DIC, PAS, and HSL. If all you know how to do is create little frameworks to plug things into, you will be defeated by AI, right? As you should be, right? That is the lowest level. And the funny thing is, if that's all you know how to do today, you'll be defeated by great copywriters anyways, right? If you want to compete at a high level in this industry, if you want to become a successful copywriter, you have to develop skill and mastery and an ability to understand human beings and relate to human beings and to understand their pains and fears and communicate compellingly to them. If you have that and you use AI might give you some new creative ideas. It might give you some ability to come up with maybe some really, really low level copywriting things. It might save you some time by giving you something to start with. But AI itself will never replace you. It will only speed you up. Just like Google didn't replace, like, let's say, college professors or people that teach things. It just made them more effective, right? AI is the same thing. It is going to be a tool for the man who is driven. It's going to be a tool for the man who is able to bring that human level insight that the AI cannot bring to the table. If he can bring that to the table and use AI, he'll be significantly faster than the guy who just tries to use AI without that insight. So if you're watching this and you haven't finished the boot camp, definitely go back, focus on the bootcamp, do the exercises. They're still extremely important. You need to do every single one of them to develop the skills you need to then be able to use AI as a tool. Let's say you're successful as a copywriter, you've landed a client, or your skills are pretty well developed. That's when you can start playing around with this, right? Again, use Elon Musk's AI to come up with some creative ideas. Use this AI to come up with some creative ideas and speed up your process when you're trying to come up with new ways to test things out. Maybe it's your outreach email, maybe it's stuff for your clients. Use these as tools. Don't be afraid of them. Welcome them and decide to use them to become extremely competitive in this world, right? If you take the time to learn how to use these tools, it's going to help you become that more competitive. So once you've already gone through the bootcamp, once you've learned the basics, then you can start playing around with AI. And it's a cool tool. I've used it. I recommend you learn how to use it as well. A lot of you guys have been asking about it. So I wanted to put this together to assuage your fears, give you some direction, and give you a new tool to use as you move forward through your copywriting career. This is going to go into the resources channel, so keep your eye out here. I'll make announcements when I create new ones and upload them. So it's a good little mini training. Add this one to your book. I will talk with you guys again later.